Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio.
Hello, welcome to the Swerv Show.
Hi there.
Hello. What's up?
All right, it is November 7th, one day post midterm elections.
Yeah, that.
One day out.
And speaking to the mic.
One day out.
That's
One
right.
day.
And everyone has survived.
We're still here.
We made it.
We made
it.
We're doing good.
We made it.
I think that's why I had a headache today, Tony, because I was up waiting for results.
I didn't go to bed till about 2:30, 3 o'clock this morning.
I went to bed at 10. I was over
I
it.
went to bed.
He was over it.
Well.
I was over it. I was way over
I
it.
had faith.
Mm-hmm. Well, yo, we got a full house today. Of course, my name is Jamil Fletcher. I'm the publisher of Swerv Magazine.
Jamil.
We've got Your Day Noir.
Hello, everybody.
Large.
How are you?
We've got the legendary Tony Nelson.
Hello, everyone.
Tony's got a beautiful suit on, y'all, again.
Thank you.
As always.
Tony looking good tonight.
And we
Thank you
got
so much.
a special guest in the house.
One of my favorite people.
Last minute, folk, but he made himself available. Super promoter.
Super
Darrell-
promoter.
Darrell Wilson.
Put
In
DC on the
DC.
map.
Darrell Wilson.
No, you a super promoter, Darrell. Come on, speaking to
You're a
the
super
mic.
promoter.
Eat the mic like you.
Well, bless the Lord.
Amen.
They all need to stop their foolishness right now.
Anyway, y'all,
They are really
Darrell's gonna update us on some
Some
news,
serious
y'all.
stuff. Yes, he is.
Breaking news here.
I'm gonna do
in
my
Washington,
best.
DC.
The $1 million question.
Question.
Everybody wants to know what's going on with this facility. I ain't gonna say it yet.
Are we going to hold on?
We're
We're
going to
gonna hold on.
Okay.
But he gonna give us the update. It's already kind of been leaked, but he gonna give us the story.
We're glad
You
you.
gonna give us the story?
But beyond,
Camera right there.
I'm
That's
gonna do my best.
You gonna do your best?
My best.
but beyond that, we're glad you.
And he smiled, yo. We got a smile out of Darryl.
And we're just glad you're here, Darryl.
We are extremely happy to
We're
have
very
you.
glad you're here.
Y'all
We are.
Y'all are really doing.
And
much
we're
right now.
gonna do a profile on you on Swerve. But anyway, we're gonna talk about
Oh
that
my
too.
God.
So anyway,
I see a cover story.
I'm gonna finally reveal our December cover. Can we show that?
Huh?
Kapow!
Ow!
Wow.
Terrell Carter.
Darrell Carter.
He looks amazing, doesn't he?
Yes,
He looks good.
does.
He looks good.
And for all of you who may not be aware of who he is, he's
right,
on
Darrell.
Empire, one of the many love interests from Jussie Smollett.
One of many.
Right.
Y'all say that like he a hoe.
I don't know, but Jussie gets around. But anyway, this is a great issue. It's at the printer.
Beautiful.
You should get it it should be dropping everywhere from next week. Can we bring it back up again? Because there's a couple of key stories I want to highlight on that. So the National Black Justice Coalition, you remember we
Okay.
had
Yes.
David Johns on?
Yes.
They have revealed a federal government report card, and they've given Trump F's across the board. It's on everything from
As
health
they should.
care,
As they should.
equality, equal rights, transgender rights.
That's too good.
The economy for black LGBT people. So that's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Charlene Carruthers from BYP 100. She's got a great book out called Unapologetic.
Yes.
Wow.
And so make sure you get that issue and give us some feedback. And of course, Racine Pendarvis does questions and answers. She's answering questions from some of the
Yes.
from her
Ask
readers.
Racine.
The Q&A queen.
Yes.
Yes.
The Q&A queen.
And she just did Racine. We just left Racine.
We just
show.
left
She
her
had a great
show. She can't be here because she was doing her
she had a
Ask
great
Racine
show. Right.
show tonight.
That's Racine.
All right, let's keep it moving. So, of course, we've got advertising opportunities both inside the magazine as well as for this show, Darryl. So if you got something you want us to promote, you just let us know.
I most certainly will.
And I know
We
you
have a
got a
national-
budget, baby.
I'll let you know.
And
right
we have
away.
a national audience. Yes.
I'll let you know right away.
Be
And I
perfect for
I got something I need you to do fast.
Oh, okay. We can cut a deal. We can cut a deal. We can cut a deal. So y'all know how to reach myself. And then
And what's we always say? As long as you have a
as long as you have a budget.
budget.
A
Okay.
budget.
It's just
A
anything.
budget is very important.
We're willing to work with you, but for you, we double the price
Oh,
because
my
we know
God.
you big baller.
I'll figure out a way to get it done. you know, I'll figure out a way to get anything done.
We love you, man. You know how that goes.
I'm very resourceful.
So your day, what's going on with you?
Nothing much. Just preparing. We have coordination tomorrow at UDC.
Who's we? Oh, University District of
University
Columbia.
District of Columbia. We will crown our new
Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Miss Community College and Miss Firebird.
Oh, wow.
We will
Miss
be crowning
Firebird.
Everybody tomorrow. I'm super excited. And I'll be going to see Layla Hathaway tomorrow night. Yeah.
Where's
where
Layla
gonna
Hathaway?
be?
Where
Layla
the
Hathaway
Where's
is going to be
Layla?
at Bethesda Blues and Jazz.
Oh, wow.
Yes, she is. I'm
That's
going to
tomorrow
night.
The 9:45 show. I
Any
got
more
my
tickets available?
I think they have tickets available for Friday.
I may
night.
have to go try to check
Oh,
that
but
out.
Friday I'm gonna be at Darrell's thing.
That's right.
But anyway, so let's
with Tony Nelson.
right. We're gonna keep that moving. So Tony, what do you have going on?
Well, I have my
I think we have a slide. Do we have a picture?
We have a picture.
well, that's old.
But that was last week.
That's
that was
2 weeks ago.
Oh,
That's my
sorry.
lipstick review, which is every fourth Sunday.
Fourth Sunday, right.
That's
And
nice,
of
though.
course, coming up, that was Maxine Blue's birthday party, but coming up,
How did that go?
It went very well. It was a smash success. The club was sold out.
I haven't seen
And
Maxine
they're
in
going to
years.
have a celebration. Birthdays.
Yes.
My
When's your
birthday.
birthday? When are we doing your
My
birthday?
actual birthday is December the 9th.
You're
but
Sagittarius.
I'm Sagittarius for show all the way through. And but Mr. Henry's is going to be celebrating my birthday on the 25th of November, and then maybe we could do something else.
That means we need to be there.
That's
To
on
get
a-
that on our
Sunday,
schedule.
right?
Be there.
Yes,
That's
but
a
I will be
Sunday.
remiss.
It is a Sunday.
I will be remiss because we asking Darryl all the things he's doing, and as I've been announcing for the last several weeks,
Yes, you have.
I have been selected as the host of the show that accompanies the first Fridays at Ziegfeld's, and I want to, while he's here, I want to personally thank Darryl for this opportunity.
Oh, I've heard,
It's been-
I heard great things
it's
about
been
it.
an
the other night.
amazing opportunity.
And Ziegfeld's is a club here in the D.C. area.
Right.
It's the show bar in Washington, D.C.
And I finally had an opportunity.
I stand
Legendary
corrected.
club.
After 20
Legendary.
years on the mic, I finally had the opportunity. It was made possible for
And-
me through Darryl and Teresa Beavers Jackson, and I'm just thrilled.
And
So
they
coming-
said it would never happen.
They said it would never happen. But so coming up this Friday, I have to tell
And
you.
we have a slide for that. I mean, a flyer for that. We're going to show later
Right,
on.
but coming up this Friday, I want to say it right now. I'm hosting the show, and we're going to do a second show this month with Darrell Wilson and Teresa Beavers Jackson, and the Darrell Wilson Productions is going to be celebrating the House of Ghassan, and we have
Love,
very,
Sex,
Oh, yeah.
Play.
Love, Sex, and
Yes.
Play ball
Kapow.
coming out.
Yes.
There's so
And
many-
that
It's gonna be
is
crazy.
Sunday.
The
so
star-
many people are
Yeah.
coming from
and
out
the
of town
star
for
of
this.
that
I'll be
show
there. I'll be
is
there.
none other than the sensational Miss Continental herself, Sasha
Sasha
Sanchez.
Sanchez.
We're also going to have Miss Stranje Kelly and Miss Drew Sidora there. We're going
Okay.
to really rock the house.
gonna
It's
be
going to be a
nice.
great
It's
show.
gonna be
So I'll be
So-
there Friday.
I'm inviting everybody to come out and celebrate with me that night, and then come back to Ziegfeld's the first.
Wait a minute, hold on. I got to interrupt.
Go ahead,
You know,
interrupt.
that's my birthday weekend coming up, right?
I was about to say
Oh, is
that.
this your birthday?
This
weekend?
is
I was
my-
say that 'cause you
this
just
is my-
celebrated his birthday.
This is like my actual real birthday weekend.
Which birthday is this?
I'll
He's
be
a little,
50
bit,
I'll
he's
be
a little younger
52.
than me.
You'll be 52?
Yeah.
Okay, fierce.
Yeah.
But
You
you
look
look, you look young and supple.
Show us that gray hair.
I feel young.
You
Okay.
look young.
Yeah,
You
y'all,
look young.
y'all keep me young. Y'all keep me young.
So y'all-
DC keeps me young.
So y'all make sure y'all come out and support
Friday,
this.
Ziegfeld's.
Yeah.
Friday Ziegfeld's,
And then-
and then after that, I'm gonna be there again the first
And then it's every
Sunday
first-
of every month.
First
First
Friday.
Friday. I'm sorry. First Friday of every month. It's called First Fridays at Ziegfeld's, and I'm gonna be there the first Friday of the next month, and we have that show's gonna be laid out too, and we might celebrate my birthday.
So
there,
you
too.
so there's a
Well,
show,
why
and then
not?
there's not strippers. There's erotic
Oh,
dancers.
there's
in Ziegfeld.
It's a little
Right.
bit of
Yeah.
everything,
It's a little bit-
and let me tell.
There's a little bit of every. When I put this party together, I thought about everybody. I thought about the guys, the girls, the show community. I thought about Tony.
Okay.
I wanted something for everybody.
Good.
So it made sense. You know, that being the legendary venue that is in DC now. It's been around. My God.
And it's got all that space.
Yeah.
It's got parking.
Well,
And you know
Over-
another great thing about it is it's a diverse crowd.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
a
we got a
diverse
little bit of
crowd. The
everything.
show crowd is a diverse crowd.
Yeah.
When
Everybody's
you say diverse, you mean ethnically diverse?
ethnically
Yes,
diverse.
yes.
I mean, people are coming
You
in
got hip hop
and
kids. You got house music lovers.
Honestly, truthfully
You got the
though,
show.
I mean, I will say I do think, as you say, I think this probably is the most diverse that Ziegfeld's has ever been in its entire.
Let's
I
just
lied to
say
you
it.
not. I
That's
lied to
the
you
blackest Ziegfeld's has ever been. But
Yeah.
that's a whole
True.
other story.
yeah, well,
That
Darryl,
too.
you have a way.
But they have welcomed us.
They have.
They have welcomed
They
us.
have embraced
and
us, and they have shown nothing but
Well, that's good
love and
because our
support.
dollar spends like everybody else.
It spends. It tends to
Dollar
spend
goes a long
more.
way.
Okay, but before we do that, let me get into some other. I want to hit some quick news, y'all.
Okay, quick, hit it.
So y'all, we
Hit it
had
and quit it.
we had a midterm elections last night, and we didn't get everything that we wanted. You know, because we have been pushing out a couple of gubernatorial candidates: Stacey Abrams in Georgia,
She's still fighting though.
Andrew Gillum
And I'm here
in
for it.
in Florida,
The fight continues.
and then of course Ben Jealous here in Maryland. And I tell you, I think Georgia really hurt me because I mean it's outright theft.
It is.
in plain sight. And it's not over, mind you.
It's not
over. It's not over. She still has a good chance.
Right.
And I saw one of the pundits. I can't remember what it was. They were saying that this really was not Beto's in game to be the senator.
Oh no, he's going to run for president.
He's
Or
positioning
VP.
himself, and
Yeah.
he's positioned and he's positioning himself for the run for the presidency. And they're saying that he is considering either Abrams or Gillum.
Oh, of
Wow.
course.
To be his running mate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it would make sense.
that would be
It depends
that
on
would
what.
be fire.
But it would depend
that.
on what happens. And to be honest with you, this whole race in Florida and Georgia, it's not really over yet. I mean, especially Georgia, because you have to get over 50%.
Yeah.
You do.
And he's gotten over 50%. But if once they count the absentees and the
If
early
it
votes
knocks
and all
him-
that other stuff, it knocks him down.
If it
There's a
knocks him
runoff.
under 51,
There's a runoff
then
in a
they
couple
have
of
to do a
weeks.
runoff.
Yeah.
But Florida, he
What day
conceded.
is that? What's the runoff?
Yeah, but it's still too close to call.
Right.
Even though he conceded, they still got to count. They do a recount.
So once they
wait.
concede, they can.
Right, I thought that once
No,
you conceded, I thought it was done. And
That's
I-
just public. That's just public. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I learned something.
Because the winner wins the race. I
Yeah.
mean, because it's the margin is so close.
The margin is very
that it
close.
triggers.
Well, can we go back and recount Trump's votes, please?
Yes, please do.
I saw some mail on the side of the road. Some absentee
I want to
ballots.
know what happened to all the Puerto Ricans down in Florida. What happened to
It
those
probably
folks?
scared them. Voter suppression is heavy. There's all sorts of tactics. I tell you, in Maryland, when I got to my little voting precinct, of course, one of the little scanning machines wasn't working. So the line was rolling around almost out the building. I was like, okay, I'm calling Channel 8. I done called all the news channels because I'm like, okay, this is just a setup.
So
Well,
I'm
they
assuming-
said that's what happened in Georgia. They said in Georgia they were having outages on the machine. They were saying that they would, if you went in and you selected like all Democrat, it would flip it to Republican. And some people weren't catching it.
Folks, they be cheating. I'm just saying, be cheating. Be cheating.
All kinds of stunt shows and full-fledged
But,
production.
but there is some good results. So now the House is Democratic.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And know what that means is, all those black senior folks. So Elijah Cummings is chair of the Oversight Committee.
Maxine Waters.
Subpoena everything.
Maxine's
chair of the
Maxine
Finance
Waters
Committee.
got her-
But she want those tax returns.
She wants the tax
She want them
returns.
tax returns.
And that's a
now.
subpoena. That's done.
But here's the thing, though. The House can bring to the Florida impeach.
An investigation. Right.
Well, they
Yeah,
can
right.
also bring but
Yes.
they cannot impeach him. That the Senate,
The Senate
the
Senate has
person
to second it. Right.
Yeah,
Yes.
and so people have this notion that the House is the more powerful of the House. Actually, that's not true, because the House. Because here's the danger of the Senate still being in his control. They still have the option to push, because the Senate pushes the judges through.
Right.
This
right.
is something to be concerned about. And
But the House controls the money.
the House controls the money, but as long as that,
And that's how it works.
but the longest lasting damage that can be done is
Is-
Oh,
him
sure.
putting more judges on
And
that
he's-
Supreme
he's-
Court bench,
he keeps putting
and he
more.
has a free ticket to do that. And so that's still a little concerning unless Auntie Maxine can get his behind out of there.
Well, I mean, if you subpoena him, and then also if they bring him to
But then you
testify
stuck.
under
Then
oath,
you,
Yeah.
then you stuck with Pence.
But they said they said his biggest fear.
we got
is,
other stuff for him.
But they say his biggest fear is not him. His biggest fear
His
is that
children.
his son is about to go
Right.
to jail.
Actually,
going down.
they're saying the son is next because Sessions is out today, so the Attorney General is out. He
They fired
resigned.
him? Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
well, he
they fired him.
They fired him.
Oh.
They fired him. And they're saying that they're predicting that Mueller's going to launch make an announcement around some indictments, probably against
Well,
the family.
Mueller's
It's gonna be soon.
Like
Mueller's
this week.
intentionally did not
Friday.
do anything during the
Until after the
election
midterms,
because he
right,
did not
yeah.
want to be seen as trying to
sway the vote.
sway the vote.
Yeah.
Right.
We have the legendary DJ Cedric is online.
Yeah.
He says,
Hey,
hello,
Cedric.
Deborah.
Hey,
Hey,
Cedric.
Cedric.
All right, so let's keep it moving. So we
And your brother, by the way,
Oh,
your brother,
Tony's
your
on it.
brother
Hey,
said
Tony.
cheating is the American way.
It
Unfortunately,
sure is. We just need to get in. We just need to get in on the gig, right? We start cheating ourselves. The other item I wanted to bring up, there are a couple things. So Tanzania.
Oh, hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Before we go, I'm sorry. Before we move forward,
Sure.
So this week, I want to give the crown goes to Donna Brazil.
Baby, that hair.
Baby,
Do you have it,
can
Jacob?
pop this picture?
That hair was
Baby,
done.
Do you see a picture?
Jacob, the picture
Donna
that
Donna
I
Brazil.
asked you to.
He just emailed it to you.
I
think?
emailed you that picture. Yeah,
Yo,
Yeah, there you go.
that's a makeover for your mother,
that's a
man.
makeover.
so
That's a
Darryl,
That's a
Tony,
much needed
Tony,
makeover.
did you make her over?
I did. That's a what?
That's
That's
like a Tony Nelson makeover.
a WTF makeover. Yeah.
Now Donna she's a gorgeous woman.
She is a gorgeous
anywhere.
woman.
Good.
But I was watching
Baby.
that coverage on ABC with George Stephanopoulos, and when they kept scanning her, I said, "There's only one black woman in politics I know with all that gray hair, and that's Donna
She
Brazil.
looks good, though.
She looked
She looked amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
Now that
Amazing.
is a comeback for
That's
your
a
mouth.
comeback.
And she was here on Howard's campus last week. She didn't look like that.
That's a comeback.
I mean, she looked good,
she looked
but
like
she didn't
the
look like
old
that.
dog.
Right?
She
She
got
looked like
she got
that.
snatched for that
She
night.
got snatched for that night. But anyway,
Snatch.
So we're gonna pray.
she's the
We're gonna
U-turn.
pray for the country, and hopefully things will keep.
well, the country's so divided, but we could talk about that all day. The other two items I would bring up. Tanzania, and I don't have an image of it. Tanzania is really increased their criminalization of homosexuality. I mean, they are locking people up. They're not even deporting them. They're locking them up. That's what they're doing. Just on the allegation of being gay. I mean, what is it with the African nations? Y'all got time to be harassing the gays? I mean, can we get the infrastructure going? Can we do education and healthcare? We got time want to pick on the gays?
Well, it looks like the United States of America on that same path.
bandwagon, baby.
Well, you know that's the evangelical
I guess we on
community.
the caravan.
The
We're
evangelical.
the caravan.
Sending 15,000 troops to shoot children at the border.
Isn't that terrible? That's terrible.
Lock up all the girls.
What you think they're gonna do with my gay
Well, I
ass?
tell y'all this.
Oh, you're gonna get you, Tony, baby.
They
You
gonna
know
get
you're
me
going
right
out.
while I'm in full. I'm gonna be in full geek.
Well, you know,
The man with the wig
the
on.
thing about the
Full
Republicans is
tilapia.
they are not immune to homosexuality in their ranks.
Well, you know that their head dog. What's his name? Lindsey Graham. She's that's the queen of all queens. And so is Jeff Sessions, if you ask me.
Look, oh yeah, but look, Tom DeLay.
Yes.
When I was at C-SPAN, there was a rumor that they were going to out Tom DeLay. Larry Flint was going to out Tom DeLay.
Who?
Tom DeLay. You don't remember him? He
Yeah,
used to
yeah,
be-
I do.
He's
I
the
do.
speaker. And then that girl was on Dancing with the Stars, okay? With his toes pointed. Anyway. So then the other is, okay, I guess we need to move on. We had 3 obituaries. We lost some legends, y'all. Rashid Alderson, who was a music writer.
Right.
We actually did a feature on him around music. He's a music writer, music critic.
Right.
He's written for so many things. I tell you, he had a very popular book out about 3 years ago, and L. Michael Gibson interviewed him and profiled him. He's a great writer. And he died. He's early, like 41.
Yeah.
But if you look in your liner notes of any music project, a lot of them he wrote.
Right.
Really?
And you wouldn't even realize it.
Wow.
Yeah, he was amazing guy. Then I can never say this name right. Ntokozi Shange.
Shange, yeah,
Yeah.
Shange. She's the
beautiful.
creator of For Color
Color
Girls.
Girls.
Yeah.
What's the full name of it? For
Color
Color
Girls,
Girls.
Color
who
Girls who
considered
commit
suicide
suicide.
when the rainbow wasn't enough.
There you
Wasn't
go.
enough or was not enough?
Was not enough.
That was a
Wasn't
long
enough.
title.
Right.
Wow.
Yes. And then, of course, Tyler Perry created a movie about it. And she was residing here in
In
Bowie,
DC?
the Bowie area when
Was
she
she?
passed. Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, I want
It's
to
beautiful.
rest in peace.
Yeah.
Then the other was
This one just breaks
Roy
me.
Hargrove.
This
Oh my
is-
goodness,
this
one
is
of my
tragic.
favorite
Yeah, that's just like
true jazz legend.
surreal.
He was just getting ready to turn 50, if I'm not.
Yeah, he was. He was
mistaken.
49.
Right.
A fashionista. Everything. He was
Right.
just. He was just.
He's about
amazing.
as tall as his table.
Yeah.
I tell you that. But he's a
Oh,
great
fat
He's in
artist.
talent.
And he was actually supposed to be here about a week and a half ago.
Right.
And I remember they kept posting that the
What
show was
happened to
canceled.
him? I don't
they said it
usually
was
ask that
cardiac
question,
arrest.
but
They said it was,
Oh.
but they said that he had, he was on kidney dialysis for years.
oh, my.
Yeah, and if you had noticed, his skin was discolored over time, which is
Right.
a sign of that. So, rest in peace, my
Rest
friend.
in
Wow.
peace.
All right, so let's go to something a little more positive here.
What's hot?
uplifting? Our what's hot section. We've got, of course, the House of Ghassan Ball, which we already talked about. The Love Sex. Can we bring that up
Love,
again?
sex,
Sponsored by everybody.
People.
And I know
By the
I'll be there
House of
Sunday,
Ghassan.
but your event is in unison with theirs, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Friday.
I know most of these folks. I've been knowing them for years.
Okay,
You know,
this
just
is going to be
kinda-
like the big
This
ball.
is going to be a big weekend.
Yeah, it
in
is.
DC. People are
There's
coming from
a lo-
everywhere.
there are a
Right.
lot of
are coming
people
from everywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
coming from out of town. I got
Yes.
called. I got booked to paint a couple of faces for this ball.
This is going to be.
Can you squeeze me in? I'm gonna need some dusting. I need a new outfit. Then it's gonna be that fabulous.
Well, Shannon put me on the special guest list.
Are you?
Oh, almost.
I think he put me on the special guest list too.
I need to call Shannon. Shannon. Hey.
I'm on that guest list too. Shannon, shout out.
I need to be on that guest list.
We're going to be there, and we want to run photos in the next issue.
And they're going to all be at Zickfield's on Friday.
Of course they will.
Right? Yes.
Turn it up. Okay. So the other event that's coming up December 1st, Swirls and Chords. I hope I'm saying that's right. And that's Alan King. He does this show annually with the Diabetes Association.
Yeah.
Yes, and some of our favorite designers are going to be the
and
Douglas
some of our
Says.
favorite models are in the show.
Chris DeLoach, right?
Yes.
So Douglas Says,
Adore
Clarence.
Yame.
Oh, Adore's in that. Really?
Midori Yame is in the show.
Are we going? I'm planning to go. It's December 1st.
What day is that?
That's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
Inbox me.
Well, inbox
Jamil,
you.
we'll
Yes.
go.
And Alvin's going to come on the show in a couple of
is he?
before the show. That
Yeah,
event
definitely want
takes
to see
place.
that.
So the other thing we have, and I'm going to show a video clip of this. We were talking about A Soulful Christmas in New York, and this is a production that Anthony Wayne
Anthony Wayne.
Yeah.
Yes.
and Ken Drill Bowman.
Yes.
They're the
creators
of the
Sylvester
Sylvester
musical.
play, right? So we got a trailer about this. Let's run that, Jacob.
The creators of Mighty Will Sylvester and An Evening with Phyllis Hyman comes a soulful Christmas. Come see the 1970s Soul Train inspired holiday show that will have the whole family dancing down the aisle with guest stars, the Harlem Five. Tiana Ross and the Extremes. Claretha Franklin. And many, many more. Tickets on sale now at anthonyked.com.
Yes.
All right, y'all.
That looks good.
If you're gonna be in New York, or maybe we need to try
Baby, when
on
I
up there December 15th.
they got
16th.
just
gonna be
one
fun.
woman in that cast because they went live and showed one of their rehearsals. Baby, this woman.
Well,
had
so many
sang
talented people.
from her ovaries. When I tell you,
That's some singing.
she had sang.
That's some singing.
And plus, Anthony Wayne is so talented. So
He used
yes.
to live here in D.C. years ago.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was in D.C.
We
for
didn't
many
meet
years
him
before he moved
till
to New York.
Really?
Yeah, I met him when he was a young kid coming to the Edge.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
yeah.
See.
He called me his gay dad.
So have you seen the Sylvester play?
I have not seen the.
Oh my
play
goodness!
because every
I've seen it
time-
3 times.
Because every
I
time
know
I
you
go to
haven't
New
seen
York,
it yet.
I don't want to talk about it. Thank you, Megabus, for making me miss the show.
He
So
missed
you
it.
haven't-
I've seen it 3 times,
so let me-
4 times.
Oh
Well, no,
my
we were
God.
going up to see it together, and I gave him the wrong directions. I gave him the
Not
wrong
only,
address.
but
number.
not only did I get the wrong directions to the wrong theater, but the Megabus decided it wants to break down right at the Holland Tunnel before.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So Racine and I saw it off.
So then once
Broadway.
I got
It
through
was
the Holland
fabulous.
Tunnel, then I had the wrong address.
And we were like, "Where's our dad?" It's at
So I
intermission.
show up at the end.
Somebody said road trip.
Yes, hey, Dr. Sablo. Yes, it's definitely worth it. So anyway, okay. So let's keep it moving, y'all. This is Roy Hargrove Pass. I wanted to run a video of him just so that people can get a feel of his level of artistry. I mean, he was really, truly a great musician.
He was considered the keeper of
Really?
jazz. Yeah,
And he
jazz
was
music.
discovered by Wynton Marsalis.
Right.
Wynton Marsalis came to visit the school, the high school he was attending. It was a performing arts high school in the Dallas area. Discovered him, he mentored him, and this guy, I mean, he really had a thriving career. I mean, he really, like I said, he was a gatekeeper of
He was a
current
and
jazz.
he bridged a lot of a lot of gaps between jazz and hip hop, and he did so much. He was just such a great artist. I on your page that he had passed away, and
Yeah, my brother Tony had sparked sent me that message, and he did some stuff I know with Erykah Badu and Common and all that.
Right.
The
Right.
RH Factor, where he did like a jazz fusion.
Right.
So he was truly an artist. So let's run this so you can get a feel for who we're talking about.
Chris Bodie.
Okay.
Bill was getting into it.
Oh, y'all, because the note that he hits at the end is amazing.
It's pretty great.
Oh my God, it is. Anyway, so all right, y'all. So just check it out. That's Roy Hargrove. So anyway, y'all, we got Darrell Wilson in the house with us tonight.
Who does that?
Darrell's a super promoter
The super promoter.
in D.C. area. Look at that. Who's that gentleman right there? Look at that picture.
That's a nice.
That was the cover
of the
Metro Weekly,
Weekly,
right?
Metro Weekly
I remember
Last
that.
year or 2 years?
Yeah, last year.
That's a beautiful suit. So, Darrell,
Thank you so much.
we know you. We know you've been in the business for a while. So, give us your background briefly, how you got in this business of promoting club promotion. Yes, come on.
We want to know the whole
quick and
story.
dirty.
I think it was 1987. Started on house parties.
Right when I was born, I think I was born in.
Yeah, I was
Born again.
Yeah, I was doing house parties in 1987. Me and my boyfriend at the time, and it just kind of went from there. Just doing crazy house parties.
Rent parties. When you
No,
say house
there
parties,
were
you mean
no
like
rent parties.
house
No, we
music parties?
No,
or
we
house?
just had house parties. We would
Okay.
invite all our friends over, and we didn't have no. We had a boombox.
Wow.
And some cassettes.
No DJs.
No DJs. we would like party on maybe like on Friday or Saturday or whatever, and have a house party, have all our friends over, like a lot of couples, and it just kind of started there.
And were you
basically.
charging people?
No, it was just a good time.
Okay.
We
Just
bought
an
a
invite.
bunch of cheap liquor, invite all our friends over, and
Yes. Come
just
on,
had a
cheap
house
liquor.
party. And we just sat around and partied and played tapes from Mike Malapit and Cedric with that. You know, he was the
Okay.
MC during that time at Tracks.
Yes.
And we would just get together before we would go to Tracks or whatever. We'd have a bunch of folks over. And then from there, it just kind of started with me I launched this New Year's party every year in my apartment. I had like about maybe 100 people in a one-bedroom apartment. They kicked my ass out, of course. I got kicked out.
Your neighbors.
And it just kind of started from there. And that ran for several years. And maybe like about 5 years I was doing these legendary New Year's Eve parties. It was real elaborate and themed and ice sculptures and all of that crazy drama. I like drama, by the way. And
No.
Yeah. and from there, just kind of went, I said, let me just take this into the club scene.
So what was your first club that you? When did you start to do it and monetize it?
My first club was when I did my birthday party at the Delta.
All right, long
Right.
live the Delta,
Yeah.
y'all.
Yeah.
I believe I
So,
was there.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking to, jump into the whole promoter thing because I really knew nothing about it. I just like to have a good time. And my thing with that, because I come from a large family, we always had a good time in my house. So for me, it was like getting people together. And if you really pay attention when you see me out, I'm always watching people have a good time.
Okay.
I'm never caught up into the party.
He sees everything.
I see
Oh,
everything.
you do see
I
everything?
He
watch
sees everything.
I don't miss anything.
Believe me, he
People
sees
think
everything.
People think that I'm caught up into the party, but I'm actually watching every person come through the door, what they're wearing, who they're with.
Okay.
I'm asking questions. What are you drinking? Do you
Who
even
they're
have a
with.
Drink? Who you all of that.
Yeah.
Because
Hold
all that concerns me.
Something just came across the screen. So you were a national title holder.
You know what?
Oh,
You was, I wasn't going to say that, but I was going to let Miss Beavis Jackson tell
I
that.
you was in the business.
Spill the tea. What's the tea?
A lot of people didn't know that about me before
Yeah.
I started.
What was your talent?
Before,
Hold on.
you know,
See,
Jamil,
that's the devil.
you know what?
He was.
He just had a good election now. We about to go there.
So go ahead, elaborate. A lot of people don't know this.
we
about
don't know
you.
this
A
about
lot of
you.
people don't know
We learned
that
something.
that history about me. I was young, probably my late 20s. I probably was.
The
late.
question is, do you still have the sash and the
Oh,
crown?
No, I don't have any of that.
Let the man talk. I'm trying to get the story.
No,
Okay.
I ran for a male pageant years ago.
Yeah.
What was the title?
It was Mr. Black DC.
Back to
Ooh.
see.
1996, I
Yes.
was crowned Mr. Black DC.
All
it was the
right.
first male pageant they had in DC.
Wow.
No, I tell you what, it was the second one, and it was hosted and held by Noble Barnes.
Right.
Noble
And-
Barnes?
Yeah,
Really?
Noble Barnes. Well, he was.
I know that name.
He
All
ran.
right, Noble.
Noble ran a male pageantry system here.
I
He
had no
started in
clue.
like '95.
Right.
And I ran for the title in '96, and I won. There were
Wow.
7 contestants, and I won every category except for 2.
Darryl had a short career as a male lead.
Yeah.
Short career.
Short
yeah.
career.
So you-
Short-
Why you cut it short
about 2
though?
or 3 years.
No, actually about 4 years.
About 4 years.
Okay. Yeah. I was a good performer.
Did
He
you
was a
sing
great
live?
performer.
No,
Oh.
only for church now.
He was a
just
great
wanted to know.
performer.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a good performer.
Yeah.
And then it went from there. I competed for my second
Which was?
male title, Mr. Black Pride. Me and Maxine Blue are still to this day the current reigning Mr. and Mrs. Black Pride.
They sure are.
Yo, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's news to us.
I performed at Ziegfeld. I performed at Chaos, the club.
And
all the clubs.
and if I
yeah.
may, I think this is the reason why, and which is what I really appreciate about Darrell. Darrell has kept the
Uh-oh. Did we lose it? Okay.
Darrell has kept the drag element in everything he does. He keeps a little bit of the drag element,
And we appreciate it.
in that, which we really appreciate. And
We
not
do.
only does he keep it in it, he respects it.
Right.
He respects it.
Very
That
much so.
explains
Which a lot of promoters do not.
Yes.
They don't respect the art form because it really is.
It's an art.
It's an art. It really is.
All right, so are we still live? We still live? All right. Well, look. Let's get to some matters here. So you're the promoter in the district for Black Gay Entertainment, and you are now partnering with the legendary Bachelor's Mill. So give us the lowdown on what's going on with the
Tell
mill.
us.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna.
And we're gonna be quiet.
Y'all gonna be quiet.
We're gonna be real quiet. As we
So
sip
I
on
know
water.
there's been a lot of talk going on about what's going on with the legacy and the history of the Bachelor's Mill. A lot of the things that I was hearing, I was surprised to hear, and then until you start asking questions and get deep into it, you can get some information. So I got a lot of information that I don't want to really elaborate on that much. But I will say that some of the speculations that was going on with the mill, with the opening and the closing, and is it going to stay open? Is it going to stay closed? What's happening next? It was just a lot going on. So, I did a party there back in Columbus Day weekend. I was asked would I consider coming back, and I thought about it because
Was that a Friday? Was it
that
Friday?
was a Saturday night.
Saturday.
night. Okay.
And I wasn't gonna do it at first. I was really kind of like, I know the mill got so many issues, and I've done that venue, and I've been there, done that. So I don't like to repeat stuff that I do. I try to do things differently and try to go to the next level, and kind of just move forward. But they asked me would I consider coming back, and I thought about it for about a week, and then I said yes. Did the party, it was a success. And then we were supposed to do it every Saturday.
That's right. I remember
So people
seeing
were like,
that.
okay, the mill is really back, blah, blah, blah. So eventually I got a phone call, and I was told that, hey, it's not going to be open anymore unless we're going to move upstairs, and the downstairs is going to close. So I'm like, well, how is that going to impact my crowd? That's not going to work.
That's 50% of the people.
Yeah,
right?
so basically I was just kind of left in limbo. And, for like 4 days without any clarity of what was going to be going on the following Saturday. So at that point for me, I don't like.
over it.
Yeah, I was over it, and I just stopped all promos and just moved on and just didn't even look back. And then after about 2 days after that, I got a phone call from one of my colleagues and said, no, actually I called one of my colleagues. I said, well, I just got this phone call that the mill is officially closed. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah. I said, maybe you should consider, buying it.
Okay.
And then one of my good colleagues, he said, I wouldn't dare do that. So I just kind of left it alone that entire day. Then I called up another colleague of mine. I said, that the mill is closed now, and I think they're looking for someone to take it over. And he said, are you serious? I said, yeah, I'm very sure. You should look into. And then he said, well, why don't you buy it? I'm like, I don't want the headache. I've been on this journey
big
for a
baller.
long
Just-
time, but no.
Which
but
is
when you-
interesting because we have been wondering for years why you have never bought a club.
Because when you sit at the feet of some of the legendary great promoters here in DC on some of the major scenes, I mean, I'm talking about from Echo Stage, from Park, from all the Bliss owners. When you sit at the feet of some of these straight black promoters in DC and you watch and you learn, I've learned from some of the best. I learned when to make moves, and I learned when to not make moves.
Gotcha.
So everything for me is, and I tell people this all the time. They ask me, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? And I try to explain to people, everything that we do in life is really based on timing. Timing is everything.
Amen.
It is.
It's
It is.
everything. Everything we do in our lives. You want to meet, like you say, you want to meet that.
Well,
date, you
I might have met a couple, but
timing is everything. And I just, I made the phone call, and he called me back about a day later. He said, you know what? We got the meal. I'm like, what you mean you got it? He said, we got the meal. We're taking over the meal. So I'm like, okay, yeah, right, yeah, sure. And can you come down tomorrow? And we want to talk to you. So I went down the next day, and lo and behold, door was open. I walked in, and there was my buddy, and he was sitting there with his other business partner, and he was like, "Hey, we got the spot. What you want to do?"
So this is new ownership or new management?
This is new ownership, management, bartenders, security, staff.
It's a whole new shebang.
It's just a new era. I'm really excited about it because it's long overdue.
It's what the mill needed.
It's what the mill has been needing for probably the last 15 years.
So what should we expect to change besides aesthetic renovations?
I think what you're going to see, you're going to see aesthetic renovations, but you're going to see a more friendlier atmosphere.
Good.
Especially with the security.
Good.
The drinks will still give you that old meal, will get you tore down to the floor,
creating alcoholics.
But you will see a
one cup
different.
at a
time. Exactly.
No, but you would see a different vibe.
Okay.
You know, because the owner, he's very friendly.
Okay.
And his team that he works with, they're very friendly people, and they do care about, presentation.
Good.
And that's something that
and clean bathrooms.
And clean bathrooms.
And
so
lights.
What I want people to get out of this reopening is, I've been over there for like the last week and a half, just watching all of the different bells and whistles and how all this is coming together, and it's a lot.
That's a big club.
So it's not even the idea how big the club is. Just going behind the bars and a promoter, you're not really back there in all of the stuff. I'm in stuff now. I'm seeing paperwork. I'm seeing stuff in closets and things and thrown behind the doors and
any pests,
all of that. That too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been a lot of cleaning and getting rid of. I mean, they have taken out at least 100 pounds of just trash.
Good.
Old chairs. The manager walked in. He saw the old chairs that were sitting at the bar. He was like, how were you all sitting in those chairs?
So let's be clear. So is the same square footage going to be in place? Because it's like a couple of houses that they combined, right?
Yes.
So you got the one to the right where the house music section was.
Yes.
Then you got the downstairs.
Downstairs,
big.
still the same dance floor.
Okay.
They were able to complete. Again, I don't want people to walk in and think that the whole place has been gutted. That would take over a year.
Right.
That's what I was about to say.
So
That's a long
that's
haul.
a long process.
That's the long term. That's the long term vision.
But for the owners, they wanted to do things now that people. And my thing again for me, I made it clear to them. People want to see change walking in the door.
Sure they do. Sure they do.
If you got to change a light fixture, it's better than what they've had. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, you better preach.
Buy a new.
I didn't say that, y'all.
Buy a new toilet handle.
Right.
People want to see change when they walk through the door, and you
take that sticky
the
film
floor.
off
The floor is
you
gonna
would be
clean.
surprised. You would be surprised from what I.
And I like the oatmeal. I like it.
but you would be surprised what a fresh coat of paint would do.
A new floor and some lights.
Some coloring,
so right now, that. I mean, right now,
a little design.
They have completed the small room.
Okay.
On the house side, but that's gonna now be a hip hop floor.
Oh, wow.
They added new lighting.
Okay.
Brand new sound system. The sound system is gonna blow your brain.
They got all that in now. It's gonna be ready.
There.
So your party is this Saturday,
this
right?
Saturday.
Okay.
We're trying. I'm there almost like every day, just kind of like, what are y'all doing? What's going on? What's y'all installing? When are these lights gonna be hung up? So they've been working, but again, it's so much stuff
cleaner
in there.
Right.
And clean up. And right now, one of the owners, he's like, he really wants to get that kitchen together because he really wants to serve food again.
Oh,
Yes.
really?
So,
Okay.
But again, that's going to be a process because that kitchen has to be that kitchen's going to have to be gutted.
It's going to have to be
It
done.
is.
And we only got like a few more minutes. I just want to make sure I get this in. Your role in this.
My role is I'm going to be running Saturday nights. That's role.
it. Like who's going to be running Tuesday, Thursday, Friday?
For right now, all that I'm talking. I'm having conversations about everything right now, so I don't want to put too much out there because I need to have conversations with other individuals.
Gotcha.
Like people like Tony. Someone need to have
And
a
Teresa
conversation
Beavis
with.
Jackson.
And
Teresa
and
Beavis Jackson.
will it still be our club?
It will
every
still
night?
be our club. I think the owners do want to incorporate something for
The heteros.
For the heterosexual crowd.
Ooh,
Maybe
that-
like on a
that can-
Monday
that's
or
tricky.
Tuesday
That's
night.
tricky.
But they're looking at. I mean, because it's we will still have 90% of what's going on in that venue.
But you have to think business wise.
But again, things are changing in DC. I mean, look at
Things
Park.
are.
I mean, Park operates a business.
Clearly, yeah.
That's not a gay club. It's the show.
Of course it is, but they they got you in there,
They
and
got
that
me in
brings
there
us in
because
there.
that's relationship.
Right.
So
right.
again, you gotta. It's business now. Things have changed now.
Yeah.
I get it, but
And
we still need a neighborhood sort of
That
bar
was
that's
that
ours.
will still be our neighborhood bar.
Darryl,
Nothing gonna change.
we're getting ready. We get ready to sign off in a few, but
We got-
before we sign off, I really, really want to tip my hat to you.
Thank you.
Because I want to say, for years, if nobody ever gave you the credit, I'm gonna give it to you right now. When I tell you that you have held Black gay nightlife together for DC through the ups, the downs. When I tell you, when we were looking at Black Pride trying to figure out what in the hell it was doing, you was consistent.
Yeah.
When everybody tried to when they tried to have events and try to come for DC on Memorial Day weekend, he was like, this is my home turf. What you're not gonna do is.
This is home.
And so I want to tip my hat to you for being an amazing promoter
Thank you.
throughout the year, consistently having the back of your community, our community. We salute you. We appreciate
Absolutely.
you.
You've been
Thank
on,
you so
you've been
much.
on your
Really
hustle. You've
But
been on your
30
grind.
years.
But to add to
30,
that,
you ain't but 35.
but to add to that, but also employing
Employ
the
right,
people
your own people
from his
Yeah.
community.
Yeah.
And I'm a living example of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to involve everyone. Like Tony, something that Tony said about the show part. I try to make sure, because I come from that era, I try to make sure that that's a part of the fabric of DC.
Yeah.
And I never want that to not be a part of Pride, anything I'm doing. That's why I'm glad Tony's on board for the new party at Secrets every first Friday of the month. But it looks like we're going to be doing 2 Fridays of the month now, if not
Can we
every
show
month.
those? We had 2 flyers. Did we have 2 flyers? Did we have 2 flyers? I think we had that. Kapow.
Yeah.
Come
that's-
on,
that's
Stasha.
The beautiful
coming up.
Stasha
Yes.
Sanchez.
Is that who that is?
That's
Janet
Sasha
Jackson.
Sanchez.
She's the current reigning Miss
That's the current
Continental.
reigning Continental.
So that is Friday. This
That is
Friday is
this
the kill.
coming
And
Friday.
then Saturday.
And then Saturday
Is at the mill.
reopening of
That,
the mill.
And then
Ooh,
Sunday.
is he going to be there?
I wish he was. Let me stop. Before I get
And
out
on
in
Sunday
here.
is the ball.
Right. And then Sunday is the ball.
And then Sunday
Right.
is the ball, and then after the ball, well, we all know everybody goes to park on Sundays. So
Right.
y'all know y'all gotta get there early. The place is always crazy on holiday
It
weekends.
is crowded.
And every party closes at 4:00 this weekend. This is the holiday weekend.
Oh, wow.
Come
We
on.
get to drink to 4:00 on Friday, Saturday,
So
and
what's
Sunday.
next for you? I mean, I know you start pushing out all your activities for
What's
DC
next
Black
for
Pride.
me? What's next for me right now? Once I get this meal situated, my birthday's next week, a week from.
And we're celebrating your birthday,
Let's
right?
do something about my birthday. So I'm gonna take a little birthday getaway, and then once I come back, I'm just gonna dive right into
Pride.
all of my planning for
For
Pride.
New Year's?
We're going to
No,
get
for
for Pride.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I start planning Pride the day after it's over.
And we can tell.
Yeah.
Right.
We can always tell. Your
all of
marketing-
my venues are
your marketing and
already
promotions
booked.
is off the
I'm
hook.
going to pool party next year.
Okay.
Yeah, we finally got a pool for 2019.
Where's that going to be? Where's that going to be?
I can't tell you that right now. Stay tuned. Watch the website. It's coming.
Okay,
But we're doing a pool
I like
party
that.
next year. We're bringing in we're bringing in some new artists next year. And Teresa's going to be working on a show in which she and I talked about this year after it was over. Is to start auditioning people
Oh.
because we want other talent. We want people to
Amen.
come
Auditioning.
spoken word. We want people to come in. We want rappers. We want
Okay.
Yes.
male and female rappers. We want people to
Yes.
dance troops. We want a lot of different
Talent.
Yeah, different talent for DC Pride next year.
And set a standard, baby.
Yeah.
Come, bring it. Bring
You
the
gotta
audition.
change. You have to change it every year because if you don't,
It gets
people
stale.
will get bored with it.
Yeah.
And that's why I change the venue. I do different venues every year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So give us a quick synopsis. We're going to bring you back. We're going to talk about this in more detail. The state of Black LGBT nightlife around the country, because the closing of many of the clubs, the changing of the neighborhoods around the country, folks not going out as much, ordering in, socializing online, no need to go out. What has that meant to nightlife in our community?
It's hard. It's been very, very hard because a lot of the young kids don't understand, how important it was back in the day to have these places. So we can go and be ourselves and be amongst our
And
peers
behave.
and behave. But see now
And
that
meet and
we're
greet.
but now that we're losing all of these clubs, these kids are just running crazy. They're all over the place. So, but it takes great promoters to think outside the box
Yeah.
and not always think about a dollar. Because sometimes as long as I've been in this business.
Well,
Repeat that. Can you repeat that again?
Yeah, it's not always about the money.
It's not about the money.
All money's not good money. I tell people all the time, it's not always about the dollar, because I've done a lot of parties over the years.
Yes.
And I have not made a dollar.
Sure, that's a hit or miss business.
It's always a hit or miss business. So it's a gamble, so. But again, it's changed so much, and all of the clubs and all the major black cities across the country are losing all their venues. But again, it's taking people that have relationships and contacts, which is very important. So that's why we got to start building more relationships with other companies.
Which is what you've done, though.
Yeah.
You built an entire brand.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, when you
brand.
hear of a Darrell Wilson event, you already know there's a particular standard that comes along with
That's
the
gonna
brand.
come along with
you
it.
see what I mean?
And one thing is really important, that you're going to be safe at a
Yeah.
Darrell Wilson
Oh, man,
event,
we not-
because the security is
My
going to make
security don't
sure
play.
that you are good.
That's important. That's important to
That
me.
is
Oh,
very
that's definitely
important. It's
important.
very important. It's
I
something
don't
that
want to
needs-
go anywhere. and don't
It's
feel
something that
safe,
needs to be
you know.
pointed out. It's something that needs to be pointed out. We got to say hello to Maxine Blue, who's
Hey, Maxine.
who's
Maxine.
chimed in and said,
my former queen.
and she said, yes, we did win.
Yes, we
and
did.
Jasmine Blue wanted to make sure you know she
And
had
Teresa
a great,
Beavis
Hey,
Jackson is
Jasmine.
online.
she had a
also.
great time last Friday.
We'll see you back soon, Jasmine.
Well, we're gonna have to wrap up soon. So I just wanted to say thank you, Darryl.
Thanks for having
And we
me.
got to do more together.
Yeah, we
when
will.
can Darrell Wilson Productions and the Swerv family do something together?
We're
We
gonna
gotta
do
work
something.
on
Let's
that.
get together after the holidays.
Okay.
You know, Jamil always tried to grab me right in the middle of everything, like my
When I
birthday,
see you, I grab you.
Christmas. Wait a minute, you gotta come.
Darryl, I need you.
That boy you talking
I
about.
need you to do this. I need you. So
I'll do my best to try to be more proactive and getting
In the
involved with more
community.
stuff in the community. But y'all have worn me out. I'm 52 now,
I'm 53. What you trying to say? All right.
54.
but I've been on this journey for 30 years.
Okay.
I'm still young and supple.
So,
You ain't young no more.
I'll be 40 in
You in
February.
middle age. You getting close to middle. Anyway, y'all. So I want to thank Darryl
Thank
for
you,
coming
Darryl.
on and
thank
sharing
you
with
guys
us.
for having
It's
me.
been-
I feel
We
like
will see you
Thank
this
you.
weekend.
We're
We'll
all
see you this
family.
weekend.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I'm gonna see you Friday.
Come out Friday and
They're
Saturday.
going to come out Friday.
Ra-Ra's
and the
gonna
ball.
be there.
Who?
Ra-Ra, that dancer.
I don't know him. I
from
don't know.
Savannah,
Well, you
Georgia.
better come and see him.
No more
Oh,
Mustang.
baby.
Mustang's
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna be there.
If
Okay.
y'all ain't never seen Ra-Ra.
Rah-rah. We're coming to see
y'all
Rah-Rah
are missing
Friday.
something. Y'all missing something.
Well, I want to thank y'all for joining us. Check
you.
out the new issue. Can we bring the new issue up again? There
Yes.
you go with
Terrell
Terrell
Carter.
When you
That's
get
very
it,
nice.
check it out.
Yes,
All right.
God.
All right,
That's
y'all. I
nice.
want to thank
Thank
y'all
you
for
so
joining
much.
us. We'll see
Y'all
you
have a
next
good
week.
night.
See you next week.
All right.
See you this weekend.
That's right.
Listen vision, listen vision. DC's #1 recording studio. Listen vision, listen vision. Listen vision, listen vision.